Welcome back to another episode of The Natty Teacher. I am your host, The Natty Teacher. We got another episode of Summer School coming at you. Not live, but pre-recorded, in fact. It is a few minutes before 9 a.m. on Thursday, July 4th. The 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. If you're seeing this video, hopefully you have either already had a great 4th of July, or if you're seeing it the day the video is uploaded, hopefully you have a great 4th of July. And be safe. Be safe out there, man. Watch your fingers with the fireworks and all that kind of stuff. Be careful. Be careful out there, man. Have some fun. Have some fun. But remember your goals, too. Remember your goals, whatever that may be. Okay? If you're thinking about letting loose, I can go off plan today. I can have some drinks. I can party it up. It's the 4th of July. Come on now. Yeah. I guess. Just remember your goals, man. Whatever they are, stick to them. Do what you got to do. Every day is a day closer to your goals or further away. The choice is yours. Now, what we got? Our Pull B session. One of my favorites. They're all my favorites, but it's one of my favorites. It's one of the 6 favorites that I have in the week. I got 6 workouts, and this is one of them, and it's one of my favorites. A lot of rowing today. Okay, well, let me back that up for a second. For the back, we have 3 exercises that are direct back work today, and 2 of the 3 are rowing. So I guess it's primarily rowing, but it's not like I have 5 different exercises that I'm doing for back. We have 3 that we're doing today, and again, 2 of the 3 are rowing movements. So I enjoy them. It shall be fun. But yeah, a couple back movements. Then we'll move on to, we have 2 rear delt exercises today. 1 machine, 1 dumbbell, so 1 free weight. And then finish up with some biceps, our little bit of forearms, and then some calves. We have calves and abs today too. So it'll be a pretty lengthy workout, probably about a 2-hour workout total. So we'll have a few, I don't know where I was going with that. We'll be there for a few. We'll be there for a hot minute, for sure. But it's awesome. It's awesome, man. The only other place I'd rather be is with my family. That's it. Either home with my family or the gym, man. All the other stuff in this world, it's great. Whatever. But I'm a simple man. Give me my family and give me the gym. We are good. So, first exercise you're going to see is more of a, and when I say neutral grip, okay, even though I just jumped ahead of myself, it's a neutral grip chest-supported machine row. We're being very technical. Essentially, it's just a row on a machine where I'm sitting down, pulling the weight like this, from here to here. Okay? Very simple. I love chest-supported stuff, though. That's a little tip for you. If you have the option, and it could be a machine, like a pin-loaded machine, it could be a plate-loaded machine, whatever it may be. It might not even be, a machine at all. It might be just a bar attached to, something. But if there is a chest support involved, I would absolutely 10 out of 10 recommend that if you have the option to have it, okay? Any sort of rowing type movement where your chest is supported. Okay, I know that obviously when you're thinking about rowing, it's all about back. Who cares about what's going on with your chest? Well, I care, and for a very specific reason. Anything where your chest is supported, where you can actually drive your chest into that pad while you're rowing the weight back. Chef's kiss. Muy bellissimo. I think I just combined Spanish and Italian there, but it's all right. I'm a jack of all trades. I'm a linguist. Okay. Anything where you have a chest support for your back, wonderful stuff. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. It's just going to allow you to really focus in on the back. It really is. Take the ego out. Drive your chest into the pad. Pull the weight back while driving forward. Ooh boy. That is a recipe for a great back exercise. I'll tell you that. So, top set of some more neutral grip, or I should say more narrow grip. My hands will still be like this. Still be in this sort of position here. So usually when you think neutral grip, you think like this, like that. They're still gonna be like this. We're gonna drive back like that. Okay, you'll see what I mean. But top set of that neutral grip, so a little bit narrower in, about shoulder width, maybe a little outside. Chest supported machine row coming at you right about now. All right, as promised, here is that chest supported machine row. Now, I talked about this in my outro. With this one, I did a top set and I was using more weight than I used last week. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to drop the weight quite a bit here. I ended up dropping the weight 65 freaking pounds off of the set I did before. But I noticed my chest was coming off the pad. I wasn't getting a good full range of motion. My elbows weren't lined up anywhere near each other. I was hitting different parts of my back on either side. I was like, no. Let's back this up a little bit. Drop the weight. Ended up doing 3 working sets, all within, I believe, that right around 12 rep range or so. So we will, keep increasing the weight, of course, but I have a new starting point here. I promised myself in this off season, I'm taking out all the ego and getting stronger the right way through proper technique and all that. Obviously still, having a ton of that intensity, and pushing as hard as I can, pushing 2 or dang near, pushing 2 failure, or maybe even a little bit past it from time to time. But yeah, so 3 working sets here. It felt great. Then some T-bar rows to 25-pound plates. I promise, not 45s though. There's a little hack for you. If you're looking to actually do T-bar rows correctly, first of all, if you're doing 5-6 plates on a T-bar row, I can almost guarantee, unless you are one of a very select few, you're probably doing it wrong. Just my opinion. Probably not bent over far enough, or I don't know. I don't want to sound too science-based. But I started using 25s, get a much better range of motion. I'm pretending like I'm trying to pull that weight, or pull my hands kind of to the groin area here. We did 3 working sets of this. Felt awesome. Then, one of my favorite pull-down variations. What we have here is a close grip, underhand pull-down. Okay, so you can see that you can actually see my fingers kind of turned in, and so you can kind of see that the hands are slightly supinated here, and essentially just meaning that they're pointed inwards. So again, what we're doing is we're really, just like with any other pull-down variation, coming down and touching the chest. We are driving down through the back. Phenomenal movement. You can tweak this one to actually hit more of your lats, if you just stay in that leaned back position and just drive the elbows straight up and down. But based on the range of motion that I'm using here, I'm actually hitting more of that mid back, maybe even into the upper back slightly. Felt great though here. So we did 2 working sets here. Top set here, I believe, is right around 10 reps. Then we dropped the weight just under 20%. Yeah, 2 working sets. Then rear delt flies. Man, this is we'll call it quote unquote lighter day on rear delt flies. And when I say lighter, I mean more higher rep than anything. So I actually do this exercise twice in the week. If you're unfamiliar, or if you're a new subscriber, first of all, thanks for joining and following the Natty Teacher, joining in right during summer school. But I do this exercise twice per week. I have found that I connect very, very well with this exercise. I'll throw in some free weight stuff from time to time as well. But this is like my favorite rear delt exercise. Absolutely have noticed significant progress in my rear delt since throwing this in. But you see I'm getting a nice full range of motion, allowing for that full stretch, sitting in that fully stretched position, bringing the weight all the way back, but not too far back. We don't want to bring it way behind the body or anything like that. It's just going to take tension off of the rear delt. But I did my heavier rear delt day earlier in my pull A session on Monday. So this is dropping the weight somewhere between, I would say, probably pretty close to like 20% or so. So dropping that down, 3 working sets, all at least 20 reps there. Then some paused Smith machine shrugs. Okay, so what you'll notice here is when I shrug the weight up, I sit in that position at the top. I hold the weight up. Okay, I'm pretending like I'm trying to pull my traps through the ceiling. Okay, and again, I am just pulling that weight straight up. And then you'll see I hold right about 1, 2, release. Okay, about a full 2 count there. You can't see it, but this is 2 plates and a 10 on each side. So I did 2 plates last week for 2 sets of at least 15. This is my top set here. I did this for 17 reps, and then another set of 15 as well. I like to keep this in that 12 to 20 rep range or so. But again, really focus on having that hold really connect with those traps at the top portion of the traps. So again, 2 working sets here, keeping the reps a little bit higher. I really dig this variation. I love it on a Smith machine, just being able to stay in that range of motion, or stay in that same bar path, not letting the body sway too much or anything like that. So again, felt awesome. then on to the bicep portion here. One of my favorites, one of my all-time favorite bicep movements, I would say, just purely because of how good you can stretch here. We have a preacher curl. Now, there's a million different variations in which you can do here. This is a machine preacher curl. Yeah, you'll see that I sit in that fully lengthened position and also in the fully contracted position. This is actually my second working set, by the way. So we did the same weight for a set of 12 as our top set, and then 2 following sets of 10 as well. So again, really focusing. Drop the ego on this weight, on this exercise, by the way. Really focus on getting that full stretch, and then sit in that contracted position as well at the top when you're squeezing that bicep as hard as you can. Really push as hard as you can. But again, 3 working sets here. I would recommend in that 10 to 15 rep range. You can absolutely dip below that if you'd like. I would just say with an exercise that's so stretch based when you're doing it correctly, like a preacher curl, I like to keep the reps a little bit higher. Now, an exercise that I've been throwing in here, this is my second time ever doing this exercise. I actually really enjoyed this. I have been really digging this one. I can't remember. I would give credit where credit is due, but I cannot remember. There was a YouTuber who I saw do this variation, because I do one arm cable work from the bottom, where you have the pulley at the bottom of the cable stack. But today I did this one kind of towards the top. I did this last week as well, but I really dug the fact that, again, you're kind of dropping the ego. I like to keep direct bicep training in that higher rep range anyway, so we did 3 sets of at least 15 reps here, added 5 pounds from last week, and kept the form nice and tight as well, arguably even better than last week, to be honest. So it felt really good. I recorded both arms, but I am only going to show you just the one arm, purely because it doesn't really make any sense to show both. Same thing. So this was the end of the bicep portion. We did do some direct forearm work as well, just some like dumbbell wrist curls and then some dumbbell reverse wrist curls, and then some lighter, very stretch-based seated calf work, and then a half hour of cardio later on. Push, push. Are you kidding? Pull, baby. Pull B session in the books. Made some minor adjustments to some form execution, all that kind of fun stuff. And I'll tell you what, connected with the muscle even better today, dropped the ego even more. I made a promise to myself. I did. I made a promise to myself that this off season, it'll be my first off season ever where the weight is not of concern. Slowly, of course, progressively overloading and getting stronger in the off season is a good marker that I'm making progress, which is exactly what I'm going to do. But I wanted to make sure that I didn't make everything based off of, I got to increase this and I got to add 10 pounds of this and do this and all that. And like, I still have strength goals in the off season, but I didn't want to make that the main priority. I wanted to make execution, technique, form, consistency within the actual exercises themselves my main priority. And I'll tell you what, today was one of those workouts where I did like a top set. I didn't record it. I did a top set of that chest supported row, that machine row, and with about 65 additional pounds compared to the set that I showed. And it was just not good. Like, yeah, I connected to the back a little bit, but my arms were uneven. I wasn't rowing exactly how I wanted to row. I wasn't getting a full range of motion. My chest was coming off the pad. I was doing everything that I told you guys not to do. So I had to check myself before I rickety-wrecked myself, reset, lowered the weight, not like a ton. Like I said, 65 pounds on a machine like that actually isn't as much as you'd think. But dropped the weight, drove that chest into the pad, got a full range of motion, did 3 working sets at that weight, and man, it felt awesome. Not bad. Awesome. Love that stuff, man. Loved it. So, felt good. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, I mean, we're 2.5 weeks back into training and into the off season. I feel pretty good. Minor digestive stuff here and there, but still staying relatively lean, which is cool. So that's a big plus for sure. But that's kind of the goal this off season, is to not get bloated and fat. Obviously, we're gonna put on some size, no doubt, and we're not gonna be stage lean. But I do want to stay leaner than I have in the past. But I still got another 15, 20, 25 pounds to go in this off season. So the food stays up. I'm burning through food like a son of a gun right now, man. I'll be very interested to see what my weight is this weekend, for sure. My fasted weight, that's just kind of how I've been tracking it every Saturday morning. So we'll see how that, see what that number is, and we'll obviously reevaluate from there. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Join me tomorrow. I got an early morning hamstring and glute workout tomorrow. All I have left today, I got a little bit of ab work and cardio still. Got my parents coming over for the 4th of July, and we're doing a bunch of outside projects, doing some cleanup, some clearing out some areas and stuff with my dad, and my mom. So that'll be cool. That'll be cool to be able to see them, spend some time with them, get out here and enjoy what looks to be a pretty nice day. A little cloudy, but pretty nice day. Beautiful day. And go from there. So happy 4th of July, everybody. Again, I am the Natty Teacher, and for today, summer school is out. I'll catch y'all tomorrow.